Hello, good morning. Hi guys, hi chat. Hello Dirvel, how are you?
Hi guys, I'm awesome.
Good morning,
Thanks
good
for having
morning.
me.
You're already thanking me? This could go horrible and you've already thanked me. So we're here with a super early morning block talk. It's kind of a weird hour, but that's okay. I know some people are really sad that they're missing it because of the hour, but we're going to highlight it and put it on the channel so that they can all watch it. I am alone today. I do not have a co-host. It is just moi. So I am just here with myself interviewing Dirvel, but also introduce myself. I am Ashley Wright, a streamer here on Twitch. I'm also a content creator for Team Gravity. And I'm joined with Dirvel. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Dirvel?
Yeah, I'm just playing games. I like games, so I'm a bit of a nerd. I just came back from China, from Xi'an, where I played at World Cyber Games in Final Assault. So I guess we're gonna talk about that for some time. And yeah, if you have any kind of questions, guys, just write them in the chat, and we're gonna try to respond to them.
Dude, he's awesome. Do you want to be my co-host for BloqTalk? Or like a natural. Look at this. Yeah, that is exactly what we're going to talk about. We talk about all sorts of stuff on the show. We talk to VR community members. We talk a lot about Beat Saber, but very recently we've branched out a little bit to like competitive VR. I'm going to have some casters on and things like that. We have had Pesky and Proper on, and they were talking about World Finals and Beat Saber and stuff like that. And so yeah, I want to talk to you about WCG, the World Cyber Games, the Olympics of kind of competitive gaming, and then just VR competitive gaming in general, because you're kind of an OG to the VR competitive scene. So you are from, am I allowed to tell people? I don't want to tell people things that you aren't
Nah, sure, you can
comfortable with. So
tell them whatever you want.
I will tell them everything. So you're from Poland.
Yes.
And then chat, I'm from Canada, so we'll both disclose our locations. And
Yes.
we've
Come look for us, yeah.
yes, gamers. Ash, how are you doing this morning, Ash? So we are both Team Gravity members, and we've
True.
actually had this conversation once. I interviewed Dirvel because I was writing an article about WCG for the Team Gravity website, and it was really interesting. Like, we were just talking about WCG and DreamHack and the finals and all of kind of just VR in general and gaming. And I was like, I think this would be a really cool block talk. Like, let's talk about this with everybody.
True. I haven't read that interview yet.
It literally just got posted because we were kind of trying to time it with the block talk. So we'll link the chat to it as well. That got posted today, and then chat can go watch all of your matches too. I'm going to show some of them while we talk,
yeah, sure.
as we talk about Final Assault, because we'll talk about kind of what that game is. We have so much that we're going to talk about because I don't know if everybody's played it in chat. I played it like once on stream. I did like 2 games. And let me know if I'm too loud, if I need to turn Dirvel up. Usually you guys like to guess louder.
I think it's okay.
I
No one
think
is complaining yet, so.
they haven't complained, but I feel like I'm too loud. Let me turn you up. Which I'm surprised, because they're usually very adamant that they want you guys louder. Louder's always better, true. Okay, cool. So we'll get right into it. As you were saying earlier, you're kind of a nerd. So what are the other types of games that you play? You played before you got into VR. You were a gamer before VR.
Basically, I'm playing everything that I can get my hands on. So I'm a huge fan of RPG games in general. So like Diablo, Neverwinter Nights, Baldur's Gate, all of that stuff. I'm also a huge FPS shooter, or games like I don't know, Doom, Rage, Call of Duty, and stuff like that. Basically, if the game can be interesting in any way for me, I'm gonna check it out and give it a go.
And so what got you into VR? What was the first thing that caught your eye? What made you purchase your first headset?
I always liked technology and some new, let's say, fun gadgets. And I basically bought VR headset because of the Unspoken. So that was the main game I was buying the VR for. And when I bought it, 1 month later on, there was this VR League 1 that started. So that's where my career started, I guess. And I can say everyone should let's say try Unspoken if you have time, if you have the game. It's amazing, and I spent like 2 years playing this game. Just awesome. If you like, let's say, spellcasting games and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so what kind of game is it? It's like a spellcasting. I posted it in chat there. So it just so happened that Diablo gamer, you like RPGs, things like that. You get VR, you start playing Unspoken. A month later, VRML, which is the VR Master League, we've talked about them a little bit before, announces that they're going to exist. So this is the first season, and Unspoken's going to be one of the titles there. So you've been playing it. So you just decide, hey, I'm going to give this a shot.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I bought the headset just for this game, so I thought I'm gonna play this game anyway. So why not give it a go and play in the tournament? There wasn't many competitors anyway, so it was kind of easy to be one of the best and just qualify for the events. So I mean, let's be honest, like it was the first season, so there was like maybe 20 people playing the Unspoken. Maybe 30. So it was like,
well, see, and this is why I want to talk about this stuff, because like I feel like if we have more people, because I hear this a lot, it was like, I wanted to give it a shot, and there just really weren't a lot of people. Like I just had to try it a little bit, and I'm one of those people that just tends to be pretty good at games, and that's all you have to be at this point because it's just starting, right? So I'm like, we really need to talk about this stuff so that people know that it exists, because the opportunities are like 100% out there, right? We're like at the ground floor of it. So you qualify. How did you do at the season 1 finals? And was the Unspoken the only thing that you participated in during season 1?
During season 1, yeah, I was playing only the Unspoken. I think there was also Eco Arena, but I didn't have any team back then yet, so there was no point for me in playing this game. So I was focusing only on the Unspoken. And besides, I didn't even think that I'm gonna get anything out of it, so I was just playing for fun. And when I qualified to, let's say, DreamHack at Sweden, I started looking at it in a different way, because I noticed that I can get, let's say, some money out of it and qualify to some kind of an events. So I started playing in a bit of a different way and gave much more time to the game just to be better and qualify for the another events and fly all over the world.
So DreamHack Sweden was the first event that you went to, and how did you do at DreamHack?
I got the Vice Championship title, so I got second. So it was awesome. Like it was, let's say, one of the one of the better organized events I participated in, even though it was the first one, let's say, made by ESL in VR. It was quite good. It was quite good. So there was no, let's say, technical issues like in every single other ESL event.
Every following one, yeah. Of which you've been to all of them. Stodia says Dirvel! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! And Team Gravity said hi. He provided me with this beautiful image for the overlay.
Yeah.
He's traveling. He's doing something weird this morning. So DreamHack was the first thing, and you also went to IEM that first year as well. And how is that? Tell us a little bit about IEM.
I mean, IEM overall it was fine because I always wanted to go to IEM. It's like one of the biggest events, let's say, for gamers. So that was cool. But as far as I remember, we had to play, I don't know, on Friday or Saturday, something like that, and we waited for like 11, 12 hours to play our games, and then we got information that we're not gonna play anyway, so there's too many technical issues, so we have to come back tomorrow and do it tomorrow. So that was not fun. Everyone was super tired and just pissed about at the organizers of the tournament.
And I mean, you're stressed all day, right? Because you're waiting to play your matches all day. And you're trying to keep that mental, and then just nope, you got to go to sleep. And then you're probably up late anyway, because if they delay you to that point, usually what happens is people are playing till 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're usually waiting till midnight anyway to get that information. And then you have to get up earlier than you were scheduled, because you have to go before everybody who's already scheduled the next day because you're extra. So it's a nightmare, right? It is no bueno.
I mean that sucked. We also we were talking about different possibilities in the situation. Like all of the players were thinking about just splitting the money and not playing in the tournament. So, yeah. So there was
So just like anarchy, just like revolting.
yeah, something like that. So we just said that let's not play, or just whoever let's say plays and wins, we're gonna split the money with all of us, because there's too many technical issues. It's gonna be like random tournament based on whose equipment is working better. That person's gonna win. So that was like very bad, very poorly prepared, and that's why we thought about this, say, arrangement.
Man, people were upset, just like plotting. But
Yeah.
but you guys did play, right? Like you ended up playing, and like, or no? Did you end up not playing? Yeah, VR is a flawless platform.
No, we ended up playing, but the next day it wasn't perfect.
But
because
you
there
were
some kind of
prepared.
issues.
Okay, you just were upset.
Yeah.
I mean, that's understandable. My goodness.
That's true.
Dissent. Yeah, we joke about that a lot, about the technical difficulties and kind of some of the issues and the specific challenges with VR and competitive VR. Yeah, and so Dirvel and I have actually met in real life. It was at the Season 3 World Finals in Leicester, and there were some technical difficulties in Leicester, to say the least, but...
obviously, come on.
Were you there when Axis was... And Team Gravity is so chill, everybody's... And there's like a camaraderie, because it's your tribe, right? And everybody's going through the same thing. But Axis was really angry. And I had to, like, get the refs, and, like, we had to rotate people, because it was... They have an hour to practice, and... his team, we were supposed to be sparring against Danglers, which is actually or not Danglers, Leftovers, which is actually a Proper D's team, which you guys know him from Beat Saber. And they couldn't get Proper's partner set up because Proper's partner's in a wheelchair, and so he has like a special seated arrangement, and it had something to do with like his extenders and the USB ports, and it wasn't working, and so they weren't able to practice at all, and the other two teams were 1v1ing, or were practicing as a 2v2 game, but they were practicing the whole time, and Axis was just getting more and more upset, and just getting like redder and redder, and like louder and louder, but they got it fixed. But just that type of stuff. And then in Beat Saber specifically, yeah, I wouldn't be VRL without technical issues, and I have a lot of experience with Beat Saber. And I help with a lot of Beat Saber tournaments. I've hosted them, and I help organize them, and I cast for them. And there's very special considerations in Beat Saber tournaments because of tracking and hardware and technical issues. And so a lot of times players will be allotted one replay per match in case they have tracking loss. And I think that's pretty specific and special to VR. But, you know, everybody's got these, we were talking about this earlier, these $1,000 headsets strapped to their faces, and they don't work, and they're hot, and they take really powerful machines to operate. And then you throw in the fact that a lot of times you're doing qualifiers and things over the internet, so you're dependent upon everybody's individual setups and their internet connections, and it's rough. But we're like right at the beginning of it. I think we'll get better with time, and I think like as tech gets better too, you know, you see like things like Quest,
but you know,
right?
Same, let's say, as South Road, right? It wouldn't be VR League without tech issues, and that's kind of true. When you're going to any kind of offline events, you need to be aware that there's gonna be some kind of technical issues, because there always are some issues. And just, let's say, try to keep your, let's say, head cool, and just to talk to your teammates, try to have some fun, and just don't wait in one place and wait for your game, because that's gonna destroy you mentally, and you're gonna lose because of that. So just try to
make the best of it.
Yeah, try to make the best of it, and just not don't be, let's say, too bothered about it. Just get used to it, I guess.
Just be chill.
Yeah.
Imagine expecting technical issues. Yeah, and I think it's very specific to VR. I think it's so, because it's kind of just the joke. Everybody was it was just so expected. Like it. And they had these machines in the floor, you guys. I know we talk about this a lot, but they had these 2080s in the floor, like in boxes underground. And then like after 10 hours, when they were the same temperature as, I don't know, the surface of the sun, approximately 400 million degrees Celsius, like VR stopped working. Like, of course that was going to happen. Yeah, it was bad. And so at the end of the day, people just couldn't play. But yeah, we got to figure it out. We made it through. We didn't win any event, but that's okay. We did our best.
Yeah, I mean, we were close, so that, yeah. But anyway, I mean, whenever there's any kind of an offline event, there should be like one full day just to test everything out and get rid of any technical issues. And usually, how ESL does it, it's like first day you just come to the whole event. It's like maybe a couple of hours of testing, and then next day you're supposed to play, and they're still testing the stuff on the day that you're supposed to play the games, and that's the huge issue. Because usually it's not ready, and during the game, even during the stream, when you're playing the games and it's going live and everyone is watching that, your games are failing, and there's like a huge amount of crashes, like any kind of problems, and it's just bad marketing for VR in general. So that's the main issue, I guess.
And I don't think they were water cooled. Were those machines water cooled?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I didn't see the actual machines. But yeah, just an extra day to set everything up, make sure everything's working, making sure all of the networking stuff works.
But yeah, this is like the perfect situation that probably won't occur until it's gonna be on the same level like Counter-Strike or LoL games and tournaments, where there is like, let's say, a couple of days of testing just to be sure that everything works fine. So VR really, it's not there yet, unfortunately. Maybe in a couple of years.
Which, I mean, it's so new, right? So hopefully they learn.
It's at the beginning.
Oh, and Sodi has a good point. If they were the same systems as were in the practice area, those weren't water cooled. But I don't know if they were the exact same systems.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So probably they were the same.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I would think.
Why would they bother and do something different with the ones on set? So, yeah.
And so in season 2 of the VRML, you were playing what? What'd you play season 2?
I was playing also the Unspoken and Sprint Vector just for fun. Also with Stouty that is in the chat right now, and it's really a shame that Stouty didn't fly to States, because he probably would have won the whole tournament because he was the best in the world in my opinion.
At which game? I think Sprint Vector?
In Sprint Vector, yeah, like the running
game.
Like,
cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun game, and I think I never won a single game against Stouty. I think I was once close, but he'll say outrun me in the last second, so I was like super pissed about it. But yeah, Stouty is the best.
Hey Sanrik. It's like an epic anime like rivalry. It's like Yukihiro and his dad and Shokugeki. And they always try and beat each other with their food, but he never wins. And one day he will. One day he'll beat Stouty. Just keep trying.
Yeah, I stopped playing Sprint Vector. I think Stouty is not playing this anymore also. So yeah, probably not.
I've actually never played Sprint Vector.
You never played it?
No,
okay.
I know. I need to. You know what else I've never played? And this is going to be like blasphemous, but I've never played Echo Arena or Echo Combat because I play on Vive, right? And don't scoff at me, sir.
It's like our main game.
What do you mean?
It's like, yeah, let's say Team Gravity is based. Let's say it's
it really is. And it was so funny when we were at Worlds because like I was sitting at the table and because everybody plays Echo, right? And that's all they talked about, nonstop, constantly. And I'm just like, yes, combat in the arena. And then I hear Pesky to like my right, and all I hear is like, there's a mapper. And I was like, did somebody say Beat Saber? And I just like, I just moved and sat over there for about 3 hours talking to Pesky Cashew about Beat Saber because I never played on a Rift. I mean, I do have a Rift, but I had never really mained on it. And my main game is Beat Saber, and I have a Vibe and an Index. And so I've never played either of them. I really would like to try them, and I feel like I know a really good group of people to teach me how to play.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Some could teach you.
I might have some connections.
Yeah, some noobs, yeah, playing the games, I know, like nerds and stuff.
Also, Space Junkies. I have played a teeny bit of Space Junkies for like, I think I played 2 matches of it, and it was super buggy. The first match was like, we ended up in a 4v2 or something, and then the second, everybody was like spawned under the world and nobody could kill each other, and it was just completely bugged.
I mean, Space Junkies is kind of fun. It's like, it's not just super exciting, but yeah. I was playing Space Junkies with Daki, also from Team Gravity. We played like 2 or 3 games maybe in the tournament, but It was kind of okay, but we lost in the end, so we just stopped playing and focused on Echo Combat.
And then, so in Season 3, so you did Sprint Vector and Unspoken in Season 2, and then in Season 1 you did Unspoken, and then Season 3, which is where we hung out, which was in Leicester, UK, you participated in what game titles?
Echo Combat, and with of course Stouty, Ducky, and Flash Gogo, and a couple of games in Onward, but it's like totally random games just for fun, with also couple people from Team Gravity and overall from Echo Combat. So it was fun. We won some games, so that was like a huge accomplishment for us because we weren't expecting anything. So that was fun.
Yeah, we had our hopes were had dropped tremendously by that point in time. You guys were like our last hope, and then
yeah. I mean, we spent like €6 out of let's say playing Onward just for fun. So yeah, why not? You can play. You can buy a couple of games because of that, or some headphones. So that's, let's say, time not wasted, definitely.
Plus, we all got to hang out and like just chill together. And so we were. Yeah. It was Season 3 at Leicester for the VR Master League. And there were 4 games that were being played at those events. It was Echo Arena, Echo Combat, Space Junkies, and Onward. Our Team Gravity qualified for 3 of the 4 games. We didn't win any of them. We lost first round in every single game. Literally every single game. Now, to be fair, we tested the machine. We tested the equipment on day 1. So, because remember, like the all of the stuff that we're talking about, we were the first match on day 1 of like the first 2 games, and so that kind of sucked because there were some issues with that. But it was a lot of fun.
True. I mean, yeah, that's how we get the chance to let's say meet all of the other team members and just have some fun together. So that was cool. And still, even let's say we lost in the first game, all of us got some money out of it. So yeah, it was definitely a trip worth going to. So yeah.
That's true. At that point, you're getting paid, which people don't really talk about that a lot. But you know, the World Cyber Games and all that, like you're actually getting paid when you're there. It's kind of like when you make it through the winners bracket and you're guaranteed second place, which is actually what happened at WCG for you. So Season 3, VRML was the next big thing that you did, and then WCG was after that. So the World Cyber Games is one of the longest standing esports competitions in the world. They started in 2000. They've been around for a long time. They're huge. And Dirvel got to go this year. They featured a VR title. Hey Faith, how are you? Good morning. They featured a VR title this year in the emerging tech category, and it was Final Assault by Phaser Lock Interactive. And I've played that a couple of times on stream. I actually was going to try and there's a league right now. I've been trying to tell you guys about all the leagues that are coming up. It's just a small online league, but it's $1,000 and you can participate in it, and there's not a lot of participants, and it doesn't take a lot of hours, so you should totally sign up.
Yeah, that's sure. I mean, this league is like about to end, I guess. I think tomorrow is the finals.
Mm-hmm. I think they're doing some this morning, actually. I think some's on right now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I think, and also one of Team Gravity members, Manello, is in the finals, I think. So
he is. He's doing well.
Also, check his score at the end and see if he won the game. That would be awesome. We would be, let's say, having...
I wonder if they're playing right now. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we can check it out.
I saw them post on Twitter that they were going live. Or no, I saw them post in Discord that they were going live in this Oculus Discord. Final Assault VRML. Let's see who's playing. It's the semifinals. Oh, it's not. It's Nako and Beastrick right now they're playing. It's the semifinals. Right. But yeah, that's actually going on right now. So it's $1,000. I had told you guys when it started. So just keep your eye out for stuff like that if it's things that you're interested in. Because Dirvel got into Final Assault kind of right when it got announced. I think the qualifiers were like in May, and the game was brand new, and you had not really played at all, right? You had like no hours in the game. You didn't know really anything about it. So how did you prepare to do this invitational?
I mean, I got, let's say, email from World Cyber Games if I wanted to participate in the tournament. So I was like, I mean, to be honest, on the first side, I thought that was kind of a spam and I wanted to delete the email, but I thought like, let's give it a go. I'm gonna respond. That yeah, why not? And later on, they sent me a code to the game, so I just downloaded it, played a couple of games, and I saw that I sucked. So that wasn't. That wasn't.
Did you lose to the AI your first match?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Okay.
I think so. I lost the first
I
game.
definitely did. I 100% did. I was like, I don't understand at all. Smile. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, I later on, let's say I got the hang of it, so that was better. But still, I was losing to people in the queue. So I thought that I'm gonna check the global leaderboards and just see who's the best right now. And that was Dead Preacher, if I remember correctly. So I wrote to him and I started talking with him. He started giving me some kind of tips, playing with me, and just talking with me about the strategies, how to play the game, how to win it. And to be honest, I got where I got in this game because of him. So if it wasn't for that Preacher, I wouldn't be in the finals of Final Assault. So I'm super thankful to this guy.
And what Hammer said smart. We actually talk about this a lot too, and I had mentioned this to Dirvel when we talked about it before. That is such a good way to do it. Like, that is hands down one of the best ways to get good at a game, and it's very frustrating to play with and against people that are much better than you, but you get better so much faster, and like, it just saves you so much time because they've already made all the mistakes they're gonna make, but you have to like humble yourself to the point where you're able to like take that feedback, right? Which can be difficult.
Yeah, true. And as Stouty wrote, they invited loads of YouTubers.
And then you.
And then they invited me, which I play kind of professionally in VR gaming. So I was happy because of that. So I thought that most of them probably are not as good as I'm gonna be because they're not playing competitively. So they have different mindset. So that was good for me. So yeah, and it turned out well because I got to fly to China and just play the games. So. It went more or less as I thought it would be, so that's good.
Yeah, so they invited a bunch of people out for qualifiers, and then you guys played all of those matches in May. It was like, how many people from how many different countries?
It was supposed to be 4 people out of each continent, like 4 from Europe, from NA, 4 from
like 3 zones.
Yeah, 2 from Korea and 2 from Australia. And then they also invited 2 people from China, but they didn't participate in the qualifiers, so they just got in instantly.
Right, just to have like representation because it was in China, the WCG.
Exactly.
And
just
so
have
you
someone from their country. True.
And your qualifiers went well. Those are actually on YouTube as well. I watched those when I was writing the article, and so then you flew out to China for the World Cyber Games, and so they are the largest esports competition in the world. And what was it like? Tell me a little bit about the opening ceremony.
About the whole World Cyber Games. It was amazing. Like, it was like seriously like Olympic style. Every player from their country had like huge opening with their names on the screens, with flags waving all over the place. So that was awesome. That was an amazing experience. There was a lot of like thousands of people on the stage. Everyone was just, let's say, clapping, rooting for you. That was an amazing experience. I think one of the best openings I've ever attended to. So that's definitely something to think about. I would say that you could watch it on YouTube, but as far as I know, they took it down some time ago. I'm not sure why exactly, but still you can check
up there. I saw it. I watched it. Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, because when I was writing the article, I was like describing the ceremony and the medal ceremonies and stuff, and lots of it's still up there as far as I saw.
Awesome. So if you have the chance, you should definitely give it a go. You should try it. Yeah.
It's all up there, which is interesting because a lot of times, like, you don't know if there are going to be a lot of people, and sometimes some people get really stressed, and so a lot of times, even at competitions, for those of you that have never been to one, or during qualifiers, you'll either A, be in your house, nobody's watching you, or B, there's a ton of people set up and there's not really a crowd. Like, you're just at your station facing whoever you're facing, and that's it. And then the people that are watching are the other people that are competing, and that's kind of it. And sometimes, and then you're at these bigger events, you really don't know how you're going to perform when you're up and in front of people and on the stage. I guess VR is a little bit more forgiving because you're kind of blindfolded, right?
Yeah, that's true. You have your headset on, but even though it's not like you're getting this let's say, noise cancelling headphones on your head. It's not that you're getting them on every single event. And if you're not having them on your head, you're gonna hear all of the people that are outside, let's say, shouting, talking, and stuff like that. So it can still be stressful because of that. I mean, I've played in different events, right? But and I'm not too stressed right now. I was super stressed on my first one in Sweden on DreamHack when I was just playing the Unspoken. And I remember that this one situation that I had to change the headphones to the earbuds in the Oculus headset, and I couldn't do it on my own because my hands were so shaky that I couldn't took the headphones out of the headset. So I had to ask the technicians to do it for me.
I love that story.
I was.
Like the first event that he ever went to, he was shaking so badly that he like couldn't change his own headphones because he was so scared. And then going from that to like WCG, because it's been so many events, right? But like that first one where it's just like, oh my god. And then I remember like Manello and Axis, it was their first event, and we were all talking about like whether or not, because I think it's like that for everybody. You're scared, right? And everybody was talking about whether or not they were going to freak out when they got on the stage because it was their first event. And I mean, they seemed fine on the outside, but I think that inside they were probably like, man, this is nuts. And you guys, they're usually at the BloqTalk, so they usually come hang out and say hi when we're talking to people. But we usually go at a different time, but you guys probably see them. But it was their first event at VRML Season 3. This year. And then Shadow's asking, what's your name in Echo Combat?
I mean, it's the same. It's Dirvel. So it's like I'm using this game tag since like 15 years ago when I thought about it. So yeah, in every single game, if you're gonna see someone with this nickname, it's gonna be me for sure. So
and Stody, who's also in the chat and has been talking, is also on the Team Gravity Echo Combat team.
So and his name is also Stody in Echo Combat. So yeah.
So we're talking about a couple of things today, Mitchell. Hey, Mitchell, this is Dirvel. Dirvel is a member of Team Gravity. He just got back from the World Cyber Games in China, where he was participating in Final Assault. It's a real-time strategy game for VR from Phaserlock Interactive. You can check it out. It's actually really fun. If we have time, we'll play some.
You should give it a try.
Yeah, so he was competing in that, but he's also competed in every single VR Master League season final since inception, so season 1, 2, and 3. We actually met at the season 3 World Finals. I met Stody there too. Stody was there. And he was at DreamHack and IEM, so we're just kind of talking about all of the games he's played. He plays Echo Combat, Echo Arena, Sprint Vector, and The Unspoken. He's played all of those competitively. Did I get everything? And Final Assault. I got them. I do my research.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fun if Final Assault would join VR League like in the season 4 or season 5, because right now we have like 2 people from Team Gravity that knows how to play the game on a high level. So definitely we could get something out of it for Team Gravity and just get some more visibility because of that. So
that would be awesome. And they seem really interested in the competitive aspect of the game, which is really nice. I really like seeing developers that are like really responsive. Ubisoft is really good about that with Space Junkies as well.
That's true, and developers from Final Assault, they're amazing. I met a couple of them, and I was working with them quite a lot. So whenever there's any kind of an issue with the game, they are responding quite fast and trying to resolve the issue and just update the game to get rid of those bugs and stuff like that. They're also preparing some new updates for the game, so definitely they're trying to let's say to stay with the game in the VR League and just get it rolling, I guess.
Which is excited. I'm excited to see, because if you guys are interested, VR League Season 4 is going to be starting very soon. We're waiting to hear... Probably, yes. We're waiting to hear titles of games and things like that, so keep your eye out for that. That is very exciting stuff. A lot of really exciting stuff is happening. OC6 is coming up next month. Myself and Team Gravity will both be there, and for the Beat Saber people in the chat, I will be meeting Elliot Tate. He's going to be at a lot of community building stuff. So him and I will be meeting and hanging out and having dinner and stuff for the first time. So that's going to be cool.
Nice.
He's really active in the Beat Saber community. He does a bunch of stuff with like one of our really large Discord communities. So that'll be really cool. What else is happening? And then Dragon Con is next week. I'll be at Dragon Con next week, doing a Beat Saber house with Pesky Cashew and streaming and doing all sorts of stuff there. And my 24-hour stream is happening there. I know it was supposed to happen today, you guys. If you're in the chat and you're expecting that to be the case, it is not. I'm just interviewing Dirvel because I have to go to work today, all night. That.
But yeah, 24-hour stream, it's gonna be probably quite hard for you, right?
It's gonna be awful.
I cannot imagine how you're gonna do like 24 hours of streaming.
I didn't think so. Like I said that I would do a 24-hour stream when I was at like 400 followers. So that's never gonna happen, right? And then it happened, and so now we're here. Hey, Ion, how are you? So I'm gonna be doing it at Dragon Con. I'm dragging my THN Hammerman to it with me. He will be up with me for 24 hours, so that'll be really fun.
I mean, good luck with that. Like,
good luck.
I wouldn't do it, bro. So yeah.
I almost had a couple 24-hour days at finals, man. We had a couple of days.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever you say.
It was pretty rough, man. Especially when I was flying over, because it was like a 20-hour excursion to get there from Canada, man. And like I needed to like reset my sleep, so I waited till like 10 to go to sleep so I could be on like UK time.
Okay.
I can do it. I believe in myself. Okay,
I believe in you. Yeah, true.
So WCG. So your first match was against. I know the answer to this. Was it Sherry your first match?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I was playing against Sherry in the first game, and also I was playing her first in the qualifiers, so I was kind of surprised that they, let's say, make the bracket in the finals the same way they did it for the qualifiers. So, but yeah, I mean, I was happy because of that, because I knew that I was rather better than Shari.
So confident on day one, and day one was a best of one, right? So it was just like, bam, whoever wins it, that's it.
Exactly, only one game, so I was like, okay, super confident about it, and yeah, it went well. It's like, I think 10 minutes game, and then I could chill, so that was good.
And in day two, you were against Dodo Do.
Yeah, Do. He's an awesome guy. He's also a streamer from Korea. So yeah, you should also give him, let's say, check his channel, because he's a great guy. And yeah, he was way better. He was being trained by Salid Bradley, as I remember. So I was surprised how he improved in a couple of weeks, because I was playing against him during the qualifiers time, and I won every single game against him without any issues. But then when I played him on the finals, it was like totally different guy, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, because you guys went to round 3, because he won 1, you won 1, and then you won the third match, right?
Yeah, but you know, on our game, like on the second day, we were kind of, let's say, hangover / drunk, maybe.
Oh boy.
so that games were kind of terrible, and yeah, let's say I managed to win in the end, but it was super. It's a terrible game for me because of that, because of the state I was in during the game.
There is a side to LAN that's very similar to the con world. Somebody put it really well at the last con I was at. It was like every day somebody at the house says, "Let's have a chill day," and every night somebody at the house vomits. And I'm like, that sums it up really well, actually.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, and because of that also, I didn't drink at all after the first day, because I thought, nah, I need to be in shape, and I can't drink. So
not again, not today.
Not again. No, I mean, I got back to my hotel at 7 a.m. and I had my game at 10, if I remember correctly.
Oh God.
So that was terrible.
Those are horrible choices, but you still won.
Yeah, I still won, so that was awesome. I was so good. I was so happy that I won. I just got back around 12 to my hotel and just slept until 7 p.m. And then I ate my breakfast.
Oh my God. And then
so that's how my day looked back then. Yeah.
And then day 3, you put you face sadly it's Bradley, who you said trained Dol in between the games,
Yes.
and you put sadly it's Bradley into losers bracket on day 3. So you went into finals undefeated. Fine, you were fine. Like you didn't lose to anybody all the way up until the finals.
Yes, that's true.
Bradley went into losers bracket, faced Dol, beat Dol as well to rematch you. But I thought it was a double elimination. Bye, Bloopy.
Yes, that's a double elimination. True.
But Bradley didn't have to beat you twice, which that was weird to me, right? Because he came back, or did he?
True, but no, he had to beat me twice. I had to win against him only once because I got to the grand final from the upper bracket, so I got like.
Oh, but they just didn't do 2 best of like 3s. I understand.
Yeah, something like that. True.
Good morning,
and he won in the end, so that's good for him.
So he did come out of losers bracket and face Dirvel, but then we talked about this a little bit. So one of the issues that Dirvel faced was at WCG they used Vives. Vives were provided because Oculus is banned in China. Oculus is owned by Facebook.
Yeah.
And Dirvel is an Oculus player. So he had to learn the controls for Final Assault. Moving around the map are it's very different between the Vive and the Oculus. Can you explain the difference? You probably can better than me.
I mean, how to explain the difference? Like, I mean, Oculus and Vive's controls are way different. And let's say, whenever I tried, let's say the placement of the buttons, it's super different. And if you're trying to move around the map on Vive, you can by mistake click the menu button, which is not possible while doing that on Oculus controller. And
which is exactly what you did in the middle of finals.
And I did it in the middle of finals in the most crucial time during the game against Bradley, and because of that, I lost the first game. So that was super frustrating for me. But yeah,
so for 15 seconds, and if you play VR, which a lot of us do, we all know how this feels, right? Like where you're learning a new game and you're like pushing if you're on Vive or Index, Smile, I am. You're learning a new game and you're pushing the menu button over and over, and you're like going into your Steam menu, and it's just like very frustrating when you're first learning. So that was what's happening here, except for like money and in front of a lot of people during the finals, right?
Yeah, people around, cameras on you, like big money, I'd say, to win. So that was bad. And let's say when I was playing against Bradley, like I had my, let's say, most useful unit in his base, and I couldn't move it because I pressed menu button. So that was frustrating, because if I ordered this unit to attack his base, I would have destroyed it and I would win it. So that was like, damn it. Let's say I clicked the button, I tried to get out of the menu for like 15 seconds, I couldn't do it, I had no idea which button to click. I started, let's say, panicking, so that was like a lot of issues. And that was bad. I mean, in the second game, like, he crushed me totally. I have no excuses for that game. He was way better than me. But on the first one, that was a huge
kind of frustrating.
Disappointment for me, unfortunately.
Right, also, I was like, I would have thrown the headset.
Yeah, I mean, and also when I got to Xi'an and I got to the arena and just I was supposed to get ready for my first game, they told me like 1 hour before my game that I'm gonna be playing on Vive, and I was like, I never used Vive, so how can I prepare for the game? So that was some additional stress for me, because I know that every other player in this tournament either has Vive in their home or were playing on Vive for a lot of time. Like Bradley, for example, he had around 400 hours in the game on Vive. And I had only around 50 hours on Oculus. So that's like huge difference in the time spent on the practice for this game, but still I got second and almost got first, so I still think
it's like you can't be hard on yourself, because it's like you got second at least, right? You knew at that point too, like I have second place and you got to go to China, right? Like you can't be upset. You can just be like, okay, here's what I can do better next time, and kind of move on. And so for those of you that don't know, Final Assault is an RTS with there's like these tiers to your units that you unlock. And so one of his like really strong units was at the base, like right there, and like for 15 seconds is like forever in an RTS. And so
yeah, true.
by the time like your menu's out, your unit's gone, and it's just like, well, that's
Exactly.
it.
I mean, everything that was happening on the map changed during these 15 seconds, and I just couldn't recover from it after I got back into the game. So I was trying to stay alive as long as I could and prepare some other attack on his base, but just too many changes and I just couldn't do anything. So I was just prolonging the inevitable, and I lost at the end. So yeah, that happens, unfortunately.
I actually have a couple of clips that I pulled from some of the games. I have one of you losing, but let's use one of you winning first, and then we'll show like, so you guys can kind of see what the game looks like. I'm like, huh, maybe I shouldn't start with this one.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, yeah, let's show people.
So this is Dirvel. He's a professional gamer.
Professional loser, yeah, thank you. Well, yeah. Let's check it out.
That is the wrong thing. Let's see. Window.
Thank you, Ashes. I appreciate it.
So this is not the finals. This is a at least you're professional. Yeah, exactly. You've been paid for video games. You're technically a professional. So you guys can kind of see it. The game's kind of interesting the first time you see it, but it's actually really fun.
Yeah, I mean that's the one I lost, right? Yeah.
No, this one you win. This is the last game.
This is the bigger one, true.
So they all have like their own little units. There's a lot of micro as well.
Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot happening on the map. Probably if you would rewind it a couple of minutes, there would be more happening, I guess.
Yeah, this is kind of the end.
Yeah, this is like the end of the game.
This one's also the end here.
Boom. And last. Oh, yeah, Cherry.
Rocket tank is on the way. Every tower has been destroyed.
This was a mirror match as well.
That was the first one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the rush of all of the units in Cherry's base. It was fun. I mean, Cherry wasn't practicing that much as far as I remember when I was talking with her. So, I mean, it wasn't a surprise that I won, even though I was using Vive in this situation.
Your net worth is 238, hers is 24.
Yeah.
VR has been taken very low, and right now, Dirvel just gets the match too. Congratulations to Dirvel. Oh.
Alright, here's you losing against Bradley.
Yay!
It's crazy right now. You can see that.
Now see, I really suck with the airplane people.
Yeah, I mean, I was preparing specifically for to play against Bradley because I knew he was gonna play some air division, so I was, like, say, practicing for like most of my time against air divisions. But still, I mean, I won first, let's say, upper bracket against him because of that probably. But yeah, later on he won, unfortunately. But yeah, I guess we can see later on this moment when my Calliope lost and I lost connection, because I was trying to move like super fast from my base to his base to command this unit, and then I lost my let's say connection. So maybe we will see it later on.
This is a sneak attack. He could be taking over the game right here.
It's crazy right now. You can see that Bradley lose.
Well, you pause on the first game, right? I think.
I'm sorry?
You paused in the first game.
Yeah. In the first one. In the second one, I lost, like, yeah, that was terrible. But on the first one, I paused.
Chateau Todd map right now. Of course, I know that Dirvel loves this map. It's one of his favorite. He practices it on all the time. Sadly, it's Bradley, of course, has plenty of practice on it as well.
Oh yeah, Caleb was casting our game. Reality check VR, if someone wants to check him out on YouTube.
And there live, it's going to be more and more difficult for this area to keep control of this small map.
But this land, this tower.
Did they have a mirror view up so people can see that you paused?
I have no idea, to be honest. I haven't checked the stream later on. I just didn't want to see it, probably.
Oh god,
But, yeah.
I'm sorry to make you watch this.
No, I mean, yeah, some time passed, so I can see it, but true.
Look how so close it is though, like at this point. Like between the two of you.
It was,
Econ
it was
wise.
super even at the beginning.
It's one of those things where they're each trying to...
So that was good, and I thought I would win it, to be honest. But later on, yeah, this one situation turned everything around, unfortunately.
And you guys can see, so money gain in this game is at like a really steady rate. Unless there's money drops, and if you're underneath them and you get them, which nobody is in this game right now, then you get a slight advantage, but...
This is the second tower of the Dirvel has been taken away. This is a very same display.
Absolutely. And I think the reason that Bradley's...
And you can kind of really tell the difference between like good players and not so good players because there's so much micro, right? Like...
There's a lot of micro, yeah. So if, let's say, basically, if both people are on quite similar, say, skill level, usually the one with the better micro in the game wins.
Makes it easier for the enemy, of course, to shoot them. But right now, Bradley's been doing so well at keeping this map control. Dirvel is having a hard time getting out of his lanes.
You can just use the aircraft to defend.
But yeah, the game is fun if you have like any VR headset. I think it's also on PlayStation VR right now, so you should definitely give it a try because it's awesome. It's very polished.
Your game's
game,
actually
so-
pretty long too.
Yeah. I think it was around 30 minutes or so.
What's a VR Ridge? What's a V
I
Ridge?
have no idea.
Nani?
Yeah, Nani. Yeah.
Is it this game? Man, so like you're actually laying into him. If it's this game, that's so sad. Although he does have
Yeah,
3 of your...
And the one thing we're seeing, Bradley's actually now got 2 of those troop transport airplanes in the air.
It's like VR phone. Yeah, okay, I explained it. I doubt it's like only for Oculus, for HTC Vive and PlayStation VR, I think.
Oh, we can hear sound again.
And did they say it was going to come out on Quest?
No idea.
I think I heard that it was going to come out on Quest, but I'm not 100% sure.
Like we said before, his infantry is now making a push.
I mean, probably it should, but
Ah, there's Phaser Lock. We're watching some final game.
Watching right now, this could be devastating.
See,
Ah,
look.
yeah.
See, look how good
Hey,
the devs
Michael.
are. We were literally just talking about this. The devs
Yeah.
listen.
we were talking about you, Michael, you know? We were talking about you all the time.
So look, they're working on a PSVR port right now. Any information for Quest?
Dirvel's actually in a very precarious position right now.
Exactly. So yeah, guys,
Infantry just
check it out later on when it comes on PSVR and buy it definitely. It's an awesome game.
they're going to be able to push through and attack that.
We were looking for the tragic moment when Dirvel was at the World Cyber Games in the finals. He went into the finals undefeated, and then tragically the Oculus user here, who was using HTC Vives provided by the event, paused to menu, which is a tragedy. If you play on
Yeah.
VR, you know what this is like. It feels very bad.
True.
Then to Quest.
Yeah, I mean, but still.
And a
I can
port for
understand.
you, and a port for you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but again, I can honestly say that Bradley, I think in the end was better. He practiced way more than I did, so he deserved the win. So not that bad.
Can't even be mad. We were talking
Yeah,
about this earlier too. The USA, the West is actually really competitive in VR. Poland. There's your boy Dirvel. I have a picture of Dirvel wearing my cat ears from the finals. Yeah, it was at the after party. I do, and I thought about putting it. It was at the after party at the VR World Finals, and you came up to me and you're like, "Can I wear your ears?" And I was like, "Yes." And I have a photo of it.
I can't remember this happening, but yeah.
I left early that night and I went to the hotel and watched anime and ate McDonald's because they had no food for me at the after party, and there was a lot of drinks. But yeah, I thought about putting it up on the screen, but I did not.
I guess you could do it. I haven't seen the photo, so yeah. Why not?
Wow, really? You're so
Yeah,
trusting.
so-
Hang on, let's see if I can. I think I
Let's show it
sent
to the
it
world.
to. Who did I send it to? Hammer, I sent it to you, I think, right?
Yeah.
This trusting man. We're real friends now. If you wear my ears. So you guys know I have pink cat ears.
I'm so stressed right now because of this. I mean, was I drunk? when I
I mean, it was the after party.
Yeah.
So we had been there for about 15 minutes, so I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay.
It's not bad. I don't think.
I was also dancing like Macarena later on with the whole moves. So.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you said dancing like an ocarina, and I was like, I don't understand what that means. But
No.
you said Macarena, right?
Yeah, Macarena.
So there's like a behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Not in Canada. No. Yeah, we were in the UK. We were in the UK, so I can eat the fries in the UK because they don't put weird stuff in their French fries. Hang on, I'll find it. Chat is so distracting because they're very cute. So yeah.
Right now everyone is watching. Everyone is waiting for this picture. So yeah, you better find it.
I need Hammer to send it to me. I know it's in our DMs.
Oh man.
Oh, he left. He had to go mow the lawn, but I'll find it in here. So yeah, the WCG. So you ended up taking second place, silver medal at the World Cyber Games in China. You are still participating in the online league. How is that going then? Or are you out of that? What happened with that?
Yeah. I'm out of it right now. After coming back from World Cyber Games, I wanted to, let's say, chill a little bit and have some time off from VR finally, because I knew that next season will be coming on. So I was playing Final Assault like from time to time, but I wasn't fully dedicated and fully playing this. That's why I lost in the last game before qualifying to the grand final. So, but that's okay. I finally have some time to just play for fun and not competitively, because it's way different. So I'm happy with that. And besides, Manelo is in the final, so I hope he's gonna win and get that first place for Team Gravity.
Right, we can live vicariously through him. He's doing really well. And I think he also kind of just picked this up and started playing it for this online league. And he's doing super well. So yeah, if it's something you guys are interested in, that's something that I hear a lot, is just like, do it, right? Like, why not give it a shot? What do you have to lose? If you lose, then like you're in the same spot that you were before you even tried. And if you win, then you could possibly end up going to China or like to Leicester or meeting a bunch of people, a bunch of your nerd friends from the internet.
That's true. And to be honest, usually in every single VR game right now that is there's not too many players playing. So if you can buy the game and dedicate some time, sooner or later you're gonna be one of the best in the game. So you have a shot to qualify for any kind of the events, or just win the money in the weekly tournaments that will start happening soon. Oh, hey Bradley.
And a lot of time. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend. We were talking about you.
Exactly.
I cannot post the picture if I find it now. So sadly, where?
The one that destroyed me. Come on, Bradley, you should leave.
So there's Sadly, it's Bradley. Bradley actually is who fought his way out of the losers bracket after being put there by Dirvel, my teammate, into the losers bracket by Dirvel, fought his way out of the losers bracket for a rematch and won first place at the World Cyber Games in Final Assault. And do you stream? Are you a streamer? If so, give Bradley a follow. Make sure you throw him a follow.
Exactly. I mean,
Playing-
he's YouTuber for sure, so you should check his channel out. It's Bradley on YouTube. I'm not sure about Twitch, to be honest. Probably he can write something on the chat. Yeah.
Oh, on YouTube. Yes. There you go. Other VR community folks, welcome. We're doing a special BloqTalk. This is episode 12 of it. We aim to be weekly, but I work a lot, and this is my second job, so that doesn't happen all the time. But we usually are here on Fridays in the evening. But we're doing a special Poland-friendly time to talk to Dirvel today.
Go Poland!
Yes. Sanarek in the chat, who is a Beat Saber. Yeah, there he is. Sanarek is from Poland as well. I was talking to him yesterday during the stream. I was like, hey, I'm interviewing somebody from Poland tomorrow. Somebody competitive. And Sanarek is actually a god at Beat Saber. What rank are you? Global. He's definitely. Are you number 1 in Poland? But you're ranked global 40.
Okay, global 40. Yeah, so I assume he's number 1 in Poland because of that.
Because he's very good. What's your rank Poland-wise? Who else is in Poland? San? You're number 1 in Poland. Pog. Hell yeah. All the gamers.
Awesome.
Look at all these gamers. This Saturday morning / evening, depending on where you are in the world. So what are you doing next? What's coming up for you in the VR world? What are you working on?
I'm just waiting for season 4. So I'm gonna be practicing in Echo Combat again, and maybe I'm gonna play a little bit in Onward. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if it's gonna be with Team Gravity because there's no like dedicated team for it. But I also
Let's
like
do it.
Onward
Let's
very
make
much.
one.
So yeah, I mean we should, because Onward is also a fun game, but not everyone likes it because it's way slower than Echo Combat or Echo Arena. So it's super different game, but I like it. It's like FPS.
Hey Chad, is anybody interested in joining an Onward team for Team Gravity?
Yeah.
What about you, Michael? Are you going to... Who from Phaser is going to OC6? Can I meet any of you guys there? Are you going to that, Dirvel?
I'm not,
Okay.
but I can see that there's PAX West next week, and if Michael is gonna give me a ticket, I can let's say buy the first round of drinks. Yeah, then it's on me.
Oh my god! If you go to wait, you said you're going to PAX. If you go to PAX West, I'm going to be so sad because I am going to Dragon Con instead of PAX West, and I'm going to be so sad if I can't see you again. You're doing both. I'm going to Dragon Con. I'm doing a house at Dragon Con, a gaming house for V Respawn. Next week I leave. So I'm not going to PAX West, and I'm really sad about that. But I'm really happy that I'm going to Dragon Con, but I'm very sad that I'm not going to PAX West. And then I'm also going to OC6. So if you're going to OC6, we should hang out. We should meet up and collaborate and be friends. We're friends now. Smile.
Yeah. Michael's an awesome guy. Yes, he's super fun
I'm
guy.
really easy to spot. I have bright pink and purple hair, just like my emotes.
And cat ears.
And like really fluffy cat ears, yes. So
Yeah, exactly.
I do that so that
guys. They are super comfy. You should all wear them. Like,
I'm very nice. I'm quiet, but I'm nice. So you have to say hi to me though. And I do that with my head so that it's easy for people to find me, so that they can say hi to me or avoid me. So because I suck at saying hi to people, right? Like I'm very shy. So do one or the other. Either avoid me or say hello to me.
Everyone, just go look out for Ashley. And, talk to her.
Oh yeah, I was looking for the cat ears picture, but then I got like back into the conversation and I completely forgot about it because I was.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't seem that way because you're here like listening to me talk to Dirvel, but I know Dirvel, and like we've talked a lot, and it's different on stream because people come like they come to me and they're talking to me, right? Once somebody initiates, I'm okay. It's that and the initial initiation part. Oh, okay, you're saying that. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I'm cool. Hang on, we're moving through the pictures. We're close. Right there. Oh, I found it. Pog.
Oh no, damn it. Yeah, okay, guys, brace yourselves.
You're adorable. Stop. It's great.
It's gonna be epic view.
Oh, Gravity's in it too. Double Pog. There's 2-for-1 special.
Okay. Just don't make any screenshot, guys. No.
You planted the idea. Oh, it's upside down, but also
Oh man.
it's massive. Let's see.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Jesus.
I told you. So my hair is
Yeah.
that color. It's that color pink.
Oh yeah, and it's jersey also. Okay.
Yeah, jersey's right there.
Oh man, it's perfect. Yeah.
Put it right there. Can't really see jersey.
Oh come on, Bradley. I know you liked it. Yeah.
Nobody bought me dinner at the VR World Finals. I bought pesky cashew dinner one night, and I bought Manello and everybody a round of drinks on Manello's birthday. You weren't there. I don't know where you were that night. Maybe, oh, you were still waiting to play. That was the Onward night where they went on for ever. And then you guys ended up having to play the next day. Those are my
Yeah.
ears, Shadow.
Hey, come on, they're mine. Let's be honest, they are mine.
Yeah, you own them pretty well.
Yeah, I can rock these ears. It's okay. And yeah, we can see that jersey in the back. He's kind of sad because he cannot wear them.
He is also, yeah, that's exactly what he was thinking. He took I'm gonna give you guys, do you guys want to know, hey, good morning, Fire, I'm gonna give you a confession. So this night, this is the after party at the finals. I had to leave early because there was a lot of people there. Jersey came home like way after me, and we were sharing a room. And we had turned very high up because we had worked really hard, right? Like it had been days of like very long days and many hours, and I was running back and forth from the venue because I was helping all of the teams and helping Jersey. So we were turned up, and I was snoring loudly, and he videotaped me, and now he has blackmail video of me in the hotel room from the after party night. It was a good night though. But yeah, I left early because there's so many people there, and I cannot. Nope. I'll just tell you it exists.
Shut it. Hey, I mean, you can. I don't mind. Yeah, it can go.
You don't
viral,
mind?
yeah.
Oh no, he's talking
Yeah.
about my snoring video, not your ear picture.
Oh yeah, you should also. You should definitely put it in right now. We want to hear it.
No,
Everyone wanna hear
Quiso's
it,
gonna
guys,
find out because I'm gonna see Quiso next week. We're gonna be at Dragon Con together, and we're gonna turn up. And it's like if I drink and I like fall asleep sitting up, then I snore. That's the only time, and it's loud. It is, yes, it's very real. There's blackmail video out there. There's footage of it. Ow! I was putting my leg up on my desk and I kicked myself.
I mean, the crowd is demanding it. You should share it right now.
I don't even have it. He's the guy that he has it. So you guys have to contact him. I'm sure it's wonderful. I didn't see it. All I did was hear it. Could you like played it for me? I ended up watching some anime on Netflix. I left with Ryan, that caster, and we went and got McDonald's. So there was too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was I can't remember the name of it. The name of the anime. But yeah. That's the behind the scenes of World Finals. Is you're serious for like 4 days, there's media, and you're playing and you're frustrated about technical difficulties, but then you're also hanging out with all your friends and like you get to party and like let loose and have fun.
Yeah, exactly. And usually it's all paid by ESL, so just like open, tap, and just get whatever you want. Yeah. Michael has a video of me in karaoke. Okay.
I require this. I wish I'd had it for the stream. I'm so sad I didn't get to go. And then I was talking to Gravity and I was like writing the article, right? And it took so long because I had to watch every video on YouTube, right? I had to watch the opening ceremony like 3 times. I had to watch the closing ceremony. I had to watch all of your matches. I had to watch Bradley's match in the losers bracket so that I could write this article. And I'm like, this is taking so long. And I'm like, next time you just have to send me. Like, that would be so much more cost efficient if you just send me to China so that I don't have to watch all this footage like afterwards. He did not agree.
Exactly. But yeah, Michael is blackmailing me live on Twitch right now, so everyone takes screenshots of that.
We were talking about that earlier. The devs for this game, they're really great. They're like really tuned in to the community and their player base. Like, they're really passionate, like very passionate.
True. Yeah. Michael is signing off, but yeah, Michael, one more thing. But just be ready for my lawyer to knock on your doors. I'm gonna get money out of it.
Well, we were talking about that too, Bradley. It's like, I feel like VR dev teams are just, from what experience I've had with them, it's been so overwhelmingly positive. We did a lot of work with like Ubisoft at the finals as well, and Dirvel was talking about before Michael was here, so I hate to embarrass you when you were saying all that nice stuff, but about how great they were and how they listen, and if you have bugs and you can reach out. And a lot of the people that I have on the show too say like join the Discords for these games. I wish there was a more centralized place for like VR communities to communicate with devs and all of that, but for now it's kind of just like join individual Discords, join developer Discords. It's Phaser Lock Interactive for news and events, and sometimes you can get, you know, game keys and things like that if you join them. I am in the Discord as well.
Exactly. You should start stalking them and just follow them on Twitter, on Discord, whatever. Just they're the best devs right now, and they have an amazing game. You should buy it. You should play it. Yeah, it's great.
True. So with that, see, and it always goes so fast, these talks. With that, we can see if chat, we're not even done. I still have questions. Don't think that you have to leave. But does chat have questions? I can take questions from chat.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it does. Blackmail gets results, yo. Why do you think I just posted that photo of him with my cat ears?
Yeah.
I have a question for Bradley. What are you doing right now, Bradley? Are you looking forward to anything? Are you working on anything in the VR world? Share with us.
Yes. Tell us your secrets, man.
Oh, and I will link you guys to the article.
Oh, yeah.
There's a good question. Have you ever played Echo Combat drunk?
I haven't, but I can give it a go if you wanna, guys. We can play it.
We should do that. We should do like a Team Gravity game night.
I'm not sure if it will be a great idea, because there's a lot of movement, like crouching, jumping, and shaking your head overall. So while being drunk, that may be a bad idea, I guess. Unless you want to throw up in your room.
Have you ever played any sort of VR game while drinking? Because I personally have. I've played like VR chat, and I know a lot of people here play VR chat on the weekends, and they drink on Fridays and like Saturdays.
I haven't, yeah. Oh, where is it?
That would have been awesome to see you at OC6, because I'm going to OC6. I keep talking about that.
OC5 was awesome, so yeah, if you should go to OC6 definitely.
Yeah, I feel like people that, like, once you're in VR, like, it's so difficult to not be so passionate about it. I just want to share it with everybody, right? Like, I want everybody, and it needs to become more accessible, and I think, like, the Quest and things like that are obviously paving the way for that to happen, but I just can't wait till it's, like, till it has the Fortnite moment, you know what I mean? And just everybody...
I mean, the headset is quite, let's say, quite okay right now. It's not super expensive, the headset itself, but if you want to have like the best PC for it,
right,
then where the problem starts, right? But the headset overall, it's not that bad. So we have a beast. If you have a beast PC right now, just buy the headset and you should give it a go.
It's the PC thing that gets in the way, I think, and that's why I think the Quest is so huge. Also, PSVR I think is going to be a huge thing. Exactly, Bradley. I do this show, right? Like this is, and so we started with like interviewing people from the Beat Saber community, mappers and things like that. And I can't tell you, Dirvel was really good about it today, right? Like because he's outgoing, and we already had this talk, so we like had a rehearsal dinner. And but a lot of times people are very nervous. I've had people almost back out on the day of. I've had people like need me to get into Discord with them and talk to them for 30 minutes, and I tell them like, trust me, you're gonna be fine. Because like as soon as you get onto the show and you just start talking about like VR and games and going to LAN and you know things like that, and people are talking about that with you in chat, like that's all I can talk about, right? And when I tell people like I'm shy and I don't know how to like talk to people because all I can talk about is anime and video games, they don't believe me because they listen to me talk about video games, but that's like one of the only things I can talk about. But yeah, as a fellow introvert,
I mean, we can talk about anime, right?
Wait, would you say IMA?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about anime also, like...
Oh yeah, anime, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Today, the new Basket Chain came out. I'm not caught up, but I will be watching it later. Blade of Demon Destruction. Is anybody watching that? Very good this season.
Yeah. Whips out. Yeah. Oh, come on. Everyone was watching Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. I know Sailor Moon, so everyone is kind of whip. Yeah, in some way. So.
Demon Slayer is very good. Yeah, build the community, exactly. And, like, I want to connect the community, right? Because, like, there's so many people that just play Beat Saber. There's so many people that, because Team Gravity has so many teams that do so many different things. I've gotten to meet people from like everything. I'm like, there's so many places where we just like could intersect so easily, and everybody could get involved and like help each other out.
That's true. I mean, I play everything basically. I love Beat Saber. I love playing Final Assault, Echo Combat, Super Hot, and the Unspoken. I mean, whatever. Like, if the game is fun, I'm gonna play it regardless of the style of the game. So, yeah, you can find me in basically every single game there is right now.
Exactly. I never watched anime, but I play Beat Saber, so I'm a weeb. Exactly. All the songs mapped in Beat Saber are like weeb songs.
Yeah.
It's true. He plays everything, yo.
I play it for a living, so I need to play everything.
Wait, I have a command for this. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should play Beat Saber. You should play some multiplayer Beat Saber.
Yeah, we should definitely. I'm gonna lose to you, like, for sure, but I love Beat Saber, so we can definitely give it a go. Yeah.
Oh, you do play. What level would you say? Let's see, chat will perk up. Here we go. What level would you say? Hey, thank you for the follow, Riley. What level of Beat Saber would you say you play at? Like, what global rank? Yeah, see, add me on Steam. Yeah, you should add Steam rank. You guys are both from Poland.
Yeah. I mean, I have bought Beat Saber via Oculus.
Oh, that's right. You're on Oculus.
Not on a Steam, but yeah. I mean, I think I'm rather decent. I'm like playing the songs on the Expert Plus and stuff like that level, but I know that I'm not on a pro level. That's for sure. So, yeah.
People are really funny because the Team Gravity members for Beat Saber are like Cooling Closet and Orange. They're both really great dudes, but they're very good. They're much better than me. And so people come to the stream and they're like, why are you on Team Gravity? Because, you know, I'm a content creator for Team Gravity. And I mean, I'm good, but I'm not like as good as Cooling or Orange. And
I mean, yeah. Orange is number 2 or Cooling Closet. I don't remember.
The ranks,
globally, right?
Yeah, they fluctuate a lot. I don't think Orange has been playing as much. She's been doing a lot of work with like the ranking team and things like that, and or not the ranking team, but with like Score Saber and BSMG and stuff. But I know that they both were pretty high up there. Chat, do you know? Saneric, Sehyun, one of you guys might know. Hammer, who's in the chat, TH and Hammerman, used to be rank 2 in the world. He doesn't play anymore though. Cooling is number 9 right now.
I mean, it's still good, right? Number 9 globally. So.
Hey, it's Golfu, another Beat Saber player. How are you this morning? I will see Golfu at TwitchCon. So if you're going to TwitchCon, I'll see you at TwitchCon. Oh, Orange retired.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Everybody's dying this morning.
Yeah. This morning, it's like 8:25 p.m. right now, guys.
Okay, yeah.
It's evening.
It's 12:30 for me. I was gonna have us play like a quick, which I don't know why I plan this, because I'm like, if it's fast enough, or if we don't have enough to talk about, we'll play a quick game of blankety blank. But like, I never have time to do that because we end up just talking, because I only have my friends on the show, and then we just talk for like an hour and a half. And then I have to get ready for work, so we can't play around a Final Assault. But I do want to close up with a couple of questions, and then we'll find somebody to raid so I can get ready for work. I have to get ready in like 5 minutes. We won't have time to hook everything up. Oh, you mean while I do the interview? Yeah, I could. Maybe. It's harder. It's a lot harder because I have a lot of notes up and like a lot of videos and tabs. I need a producer. Who wants to produce the show so it's not me doing it?
I mean, how much do you pay?
Blood, sweat, and tears. Hi, Kitty.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna resign from that.
Sweet. I've got some volunteers. Yeah, just produce your own interview. Forehead.
That's correct, Bradley. That's correct. Yeah.
So as somebody who has competed a lot, and if you're in the chat, you've also competed at a global level. Hi, Kitty. Kitty says hi. What advice would you give to somebody that is looking to get started in the VR competitive esports scene?
I mean, the best advice I can give right now is don't feel discouraged when you lose to someone. If you find someone that is better than you, I mean, you are in a great luck, and you should just play the same person until you beat them, and then find someone else that you're losing against. So just you can improve and learn from them. Because if you're winning every single time in the game, that's the best. That's the worst thing you can be having. So if you're losing, you can learn anything and you can be better gamer. So just don't feel discouraged about losing in VR, because usually there are like super pro people that you're gonna, let's say, meet in your first game. So just be cool about losing.
That's so important, and I think that it's very difficult for people sometimes because it feels better to win than it does to lose, and so people just don't like, you know what I mean? Like, they feel better when they're winning, and they kind of want to stay in that elo and just not really push themselves, because it does suck when you're losing over and over. But what you say is correct. Like, that's when you're learning, right?
Exactly, that's true. I mean, I'm super excited when I find someone that I'm losing against. I'm like, yeah, finally, I can learn something from this person. So that's awesome. And I mean, it's kind of, let's be honest, it's kind of boring if you're winning every single time. It's like you're not, let's say, as excited about the game as you used to be, because you are winning every single game. So you're just not practicing as much as you used to, because you know that you can let's say win it without any bigger commitment. So that's like kind of boring. Yeah,
we were talking about that earlier, actually, Bradley, that Dirvel was saying that he had played against Doldol during qualifiers, and it was like playing against a completely different person because he had trained with you from that point on. So Dirvel had no trouble with him during qualifiers, and then at WCG he actually lost a match to him, and it was just like playing somebody different because he had gone to you and you guys had played together, and he had mentioned that as well. And Dirvel also did that when he was getting ready for WCG. Reached out to somebody that was really high on the leaderboards and said, hey, do you want to practice? And I mean, a lot of times people are looking for people to play with, right? Like, the worst thing that people can say is no, and then what? You still don't have somebody that you can practice with. So just like ask, like, just reach out. Hey man, Orange wasn't it Orange that started on Windows Mixed Reality? I think he started on it. I think it was him. And look at him now. He's a retired Beat Saber professional.
Yeah, retired Beat Saber professional. Yeah, true.
Did you know I took the photographs for Orange and Cooling for our website? Because I am a content creator for Team Gravity. I took them at Anime Expo. We had to... Also, did you know that Hammer held the green screen for those photographs? I'm going to show you the pictures right now. Hammer held the green screen up in the sky while we took them. Oops. I thought you weren't here. Team Gravity, hello. I thought you...
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Whoops.
I mean, I had the green screen professionally installed.
And it was
I hired a man
by Team Gravity, so we have a lot of money. It's always super professional. Team Gravity is the best. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was perfect timing.
Yeah, I think we should cut it right now.
Look, those are great. Also, another fun fact, they're both wearing my jacket in those pictures, because I had brought Orange forgot his jacket, and it doesn't have our numbers on the front, right? Orange had forgotten his jacket, and Cooling's jacket, he had ordered a small, but it ended up being too small, and mine's a medium. And so they both ended up just wearing my jacket, because the small's really too short on their sleeves. Some behind the scenes look. Did you enjoy the talk, Grav? And there's Team Gravity, who I'm also going to have on the show hopefully soon. I'd really like to have you and Malaren too, do like a caster special. Bradley, you want to come on the caster show? You cast Final Assault, right? So yeah, get used to losing and reach out. Like, if there's a thing that you want to exist, make it exist. That's a recurring theme.
Exactly, and just give it a go. You never know when you can end up just by playing VR, so that's awesome.
Yep. And with that, I will let you say goodbye to the chat. I will put you into Discord and mute and deafen, but I'll be right back and talk to you. So I'll say thank you for joining us for this hour and a half to talk about esports and WCG and Team Gravity. I hope that you had fun. You did an awesome job.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was great, and you guys are awesome. It was nice talking to you. So I hope we're gonna talk soon again. We will see. So
yeah, hopefully I see you next year. We just have to talk to. We need to just explain how urgent it is that I'm there, because I'm really important to the team's success. So as long as they understand.
Team member and Team Gravity, they wouldn't exist without Ashley. So
it's
he's
true.
Like the best.
And thank you so much to all the new faces that we saw in chat today. We had some of the developers. Michael is a developer for Final Assault. Bradley is a competitive Final Assault player and a YouTuber. Make sure you throw him a follow. They were both hanging out and talking with us today, so very cool. I do this show pretty frequently, so make sure you give me a follow. Let me plug myself a little bit. We interview all sorts of people from the VR community, so I'm trying to just kind of connect us all and build the community up as much as we possibly can, because it's really, really important to me. VR personally changed my life. I used Beat Saber to recover from spine surgery, and it has just had a monumental impact on everything in my whole existence, and so now it's basically everything that I do. So I'll be at DragonCon next week doing a VR gaming house. We'll be streaming from there. We're doing a 24-hour stream. Right after that, I will be at OC6 at the end of September, and then I'll be at TwitchCon. So if you're going to be at any of those, make sure you come by and say hi. Say thank you to everybody in chat. And chat, make sure that you say thank you to Dirvel. Who do you guys want to... Yeah, say
thank
bye,
you guys
Dirvel.
again.
Bye-bye.
Bye, chat.
Alright, so I'll mute and deafen him, and then I'll go say bye to him. Who do you guys want to go and raid today? That was an interesting... I was a little worried about the time, because we're usually here on Friday evenings, but I really wanted to talk to Dirvel, and he's in Poland, and that time just didn't work for him. So we did a Saturday today, but I'm glad that you guys came out and said hi and hung out. Well, let's see. Those ears, I'll tell him. I should bring him a pair, honestly. Let's see who's streaming. What do you guys want to watch? There's Beat Saber. Is the Master League still streaming? The VR Master League? Because we could definitely... Yeah, the finals... Yeah, they're doing the finals right now. So, one of my other teammates, Manello, is... Can somebody link that? Yeah, for sure. I'm very excited. I'm hoping to do some community building stuff at OC6 and some developer talks and stuff too, so that'd be really fun to connect. Final Assault Master League. There we go. Where is it? Twitch. Are you still happening? Are you live? They're live. Heck yeah. So, it's Manello. Oh my god, this is perfect! The stars are aligning right now. So it's actually Manello. Manello is playing against Not Sporks. He's in the finals. This is my teammate. I hung out with him at the VR World Finals in Leicester. I celebrated his birthday with him there. He is a wonderful guy. He also does a lot of community stuff for Space Junkies. He's a competitive Space Junkies player. Great dude. We're gonna go say hi. Get your copy pastas ready. Actually, don't. I don't know if they're okay with that. it's the league. So how about we not do that? Let's not copy paste. We'll be nice, but be positive. We'll go show them some love. And then if you're gonna be at OC6, come say hi to me. Very important. Send me a DM on Discord as well. If you're not in the Discord, hop into the Discord. Yeah, there you go. That stuff right there. And if you're new to the show and you think it's cool and you're involved in a VR community and you have an idea of somebody that I could interview, please send me a DM. I'm constantly on the lookout for it. This is like my baby. It's just something that I do. I just want to share as much as I can with as many communities as possible. So send me a DM. Let's collaborate. It's very important. I think collaboration is the key to growth. Yes? All right, gamers. Thanks for hanging out with me this Saturday. I'm going to work. I will see you tomorrow. I love you. Here we go.